I'm very excited today to have a special guest with us, Miss Cathy Delwiche. She is a Holy Fire Karuna Reiki master teacher and an incredible healer who I receive healings from and been really good friends with for a long time as well. And I am just so honored and excited that she's decided to be a regular guest with us here at Community for Conscious Living because her work is very powerful. And the process that she's going to share today, I'll let her tell you about it. Um, is it's a process she's done with me twice now, and it's really healing. In this month, we've been focused on healing our emotional issues and constrictions in the gut that affect our physical, mental, and emotional health and spiritual health as well. And so what she's going to be doing today, I found it to be really powerful as a gut healing because it's really releasing, for me, it really was releasing all of those things that kind of those voices of not enoughness stem from, all of those inner beliefs and all of those old wounds and everything, and just brought so much healing in that way. So, Cathy, excuse me, is going to lead us through a process on that. And so, Cathy, let me just turn it over to you. I'll let you introduce yourself.
Okay, thank you. Well, as always, it's wonderful to be with you this morning. And the little process that we're going to be doing today, it does have to do with forgiveness, and it's forgiveness on all levels. It's not only forgiveness of yourself for things that you may be holding yourself accountable for, but it's also that process of forgiving others as well. And when we forgive others, it's not that we're saying that what they did didn't have merit. It's that we no longer want it to have a hold on us and ourselves. And the process that we're using today, it is a Reiki Holy Fire journey. And we're going to go through each of the energy bodies that correspond to the chakras. And we're going to, start at the base chakra, and we're going to work our way up. And as we go through each of these energy bodies, we're going to ask to release anything there that we no longer want. And then we're going to fill it back up with the love and the light. So we're not going to just take something away and leave an empty void. We're actually going to fill it back up with the love and the light. We're going to look at things that may be happening in your current life, as well as we're going to look at past lives, because a lot of the grief or the sadness that we carry has come forward with us. And so we can heal on the ancestral level, we can heal on the DNA level, our cultural level. So we're just going to take a look at the past lives and any of these things that we may have brought forward with us, and go ahead and clear those out too. This is somewhat of a long journey, so there's not going to be a lot of time. I mean, there won't be any time for writing or necessarily reflection until we get to the very end. And then I'll be happy to answer any questions that you might have about what you experienced or the process.
Okay, beloveds. So what we're going to do today, as I mentioned, we're just going to go into our chakras and just release anything that needs to be released around your intuition and your hearing yourself. We just really want to empower ourselves and to empower our perceptions, to just empower all of that beautiful energy that we hold. We want to clear our energies. We want to fill ourselves with the love and the light, and just bring that sense of wholeness and well-being into our day. So as I said, it's somewhat of a lengthy process. It's probably about 40 minutes or so. So just sit back and relax. Some people find that there's some emotional release. So if you wanted to have a Kleenex at hand, that might be helpful. But if you don't have any type of release along that line, that's totally okay too. But I just wanted to give you a heads up that there might be some statements that I make that will trigger or help you release some deep emotions that you've been carrying. So just go ahead and close your eyes. And just take some big, deep breaths. And just bringing your energy and attention and focus right here around you. Just concentrating your attention, your focus just around you. And just be right here, right now, this breath, this moment. And just place your hands in prayer position with two hands coming together at your heart. And as I activate the Reiki between your palms, if you've been attuned to Reiki, go ahead and activate it now. And if you're not attuned to Reiki, that's okay. I'll be sending the Reiki love and light for you. And just allow that Reiki energy to just completely surround you. And now just place your hands comfortably on your body and allow the energy to flow. And so we call in the energy of Reiki, and it surrounds your entire being. And as you breathe in Reiki, and it starts to fill your whole body. And as you breathe out, you just start letting go of whatever it is you're ready to let go of today. And we can start by just letting go of any busyness, any thoughts you have of what you need to do or have done this morning. Just let all of those things go. They'll be there for you when we get through. Just be right here, right now. And we call in all the symbols and the frequencies of the Reiki energy. We call in the power symbol, that light that is within you. It is divine. It is consciousness. It is filling you up. It's flowing down through the top of your head and filling your entire being and up through the bottoms of your feet. That consciousness that is the earth as well, just filling your whole body. And we call in the mental emotional symbol, the higher self, your higher self, that access, that perceiving, that higher self that is within you. And we call in the distance symbol, and they both flow in through the top of your head and all around you and fill your entire being. And they flow up through the bottom of your feet. They are both life force energy and a part of the earth and of creation. And we call in the distance symbol. The origin of all is pure consciousness, and it flows down through the top of your head. It fills your entire being, and it meets right here in your heart space, because you are pure love, and you are pure light. And any of the enlightened beings that you may work with are surrounding you now, your guides and your teachers, the ascended masters. The beings of light are surrounding you, and they are shining their light and their love onto you. And the light within you recognizes the light within them. And as we sit in this beautiful reflection, just imagine that it is a beautiful day, It's warm and sunny, and you're just walking along a beautiful path, and all around you there is nothing but love. Just allowing yourself to feel the warmth of the sun, seeing the beauty around you, and knowing there is nothing but the love. Up ahead of you is a beautiful bridge of light, and it is filled with illumined beings. They motion to you to come, and so you decide that you would like to cross over the bridge. It is no ordinary bridge. This is the bridge of light. It goes into the enlightened realms of consciousness. And so you decide to step onto the bridge, to cross over the bridge with the illumined ones, with your guides and teachers, with all of those with whom you are in communion. And you notice this bridge is also going deeper and deeper within. It is moving into the enlightened consciousness within you. That energy of the third heaven, the third level of consciousness, where all there is love. The enlightened realms are right here within you. And as you cross over the bridge, just find yourself traveling deeper and deeper within. And as we journey to each of your chakras, your light body centers, you will find yourself traveling deeper and deeper into the enlightened realms, and deeper and deeper within. And so you cross the bridge. You find yourself on the other side of the bridge, and all there is here is love, only the love. You go deeper within your own perceiving, deeper within, ever deeper within. And as you step off the bridge, you are greeted by the sounds of angels singing. The animal kingdom is here to greet you. The ascended masters are here, your guides and teachers. The illumined ones are all here to be with you and for you. And as you gaze across the meadow before you, you see a large tree in the middle. It is the tree of life. Everything that has ever been or ever will be is known by this very special tree. You walk to the tree and see the perfect spot to sit. You settle in with your back against the tree. The bees are buzzing. The smells, the fragrance of the grass, the fragrance of the blossoms. Your guides and teachers are at your side, and you allow yourself to enter into a dream state, safe within Mother Earth's embrace. And now bring your awareness to your first light body center, your first chakra at the base of your spine. This is your survival light body center. So I would like you to ask your guides and teachers to assist you in removing any blockages, barriers, fears, limitations, old outdated patterns from your survival light body center. And as we begin the release, just allowing it to release any stuck energy around not having enough money. Anytime you felt you didn't have enough, that you were poor, that you were broke, that you were penniless. Any time that you couldn't buy the things you wanted to buy, any poverty feeling, let it go. You don't need it anymore. Just let it go. Any time you struggle to get a job, any time you had a job that you hated, any time you made money in a way that you didn't feel served your higher purpose, any time you had a home that you didn't want to live in, any time you wish you could have afforded to live somewhere else, any time you didn't have the kind of clothes you wanted, any time you didn't have the kind of food you wanted, any time you may have deprived your body of the food that it wanted, any time your body was very sick, any time your body was so sick you thought you were going to die, and any physical body challenges that you have right now, just let them all go. Just release them from wherever they are in your physical body, letting go of any problems in your nervous system, the endocrine system, cardiovascular, and your immune system, your digestive and elimination systems, the skeletal and muscular systems, as well as your reproductive systems. Any issues, problems, just let them all go. Any chronic pain, let it go. You don't need it anymore. Just allow it to be released and lifted into the light so it can be heard and healed and returned to the love. Decide that you have learned the lessons from it and move on. Just let it go. And now as we look at any time you judged yourself for not being the kind of body type that you wanted, any time you thought you were too tall, too short, too big, too thin, that your hair was too curly, that it was too straight, that it was too thick, that it was too thin, that it was too gray, it was too blonde, it was too black. Any time you judged your body for not being able to do or accomplish what it was you thought you wanted it to do or accomplish. Any time you judged other people's bodies as being other than perfect. Anytime you made fun of somebody else for the way they looked, anytime you judged somebody for their own lifestyle, anytime you judged yourself for your lifestyle, anytime you judged somebody for their job, anytime you judge somebody for their home or lack of a home, anytime you judge somebody for their clothes, just let it go. You don't need it anymore. Anytime you were physically hurt, anytime somebody hit you, anytime somebody spanked you, anytime somebody physically abused you, or you physically abused someone, just let it go now. Let it go. Anytime you wanted to die, anytime you contemplated suicide, anytime when you were a baby and you cried and cried because you were hungry or you were cold or your diaper needed to be changed or you just wanted to be held and nobody came. Release and let it go. Any time that your needs were not met on a survival level, just let it all go now. Allow it to be lifted into the light, to be heard and healed and return to the love. And as we look into your past lives, where you died consciously in challenging ways, past lives where you starved to death, past lives where you didn't have adequate shelter and you died from exposure to the elements, past lives where you didn't have enough money or gold or coins or something to trade with, any past life where survival was a struggle, just release it all now. All the blockages, barriers, fears, limitations, old outdated patterns surrounding your survival, this lifetime or past. You don't need it anymore. Just let it go. And now allow your guides and teachers to assist you in filling the survival light body center back up with Reiki, healing it, harmonizing, and balancing it. Knowing that you are unlimited in your ability to earn a living while pursuing your purpose. Knowing that you are unlimited in your ability to draw prosperity to you, knowing that you are unlimited in helping yourself survive in harmonious ways, knowing that you are unlimited in your ability to wear and have the kind of clothes you desire, knowing that you are unlimited in your ability to eat the kind of food and drink the kind of liquids that are beneficial for you, knowing that you are unlimited in your ability to have a strong, healthy body that you love and that works perfectly for you, knowing that you are unlimited in your ability to have the kind of home that you desire, and knowing that you are unlimited in your ability to create your survival in a healthy, harmonious, positive, and prosperous way. And now moving your awareness up to your second light body center, your emotional and sexual center, asking your guides and teachers to assist you in removing any blockages, barriers, fears, limitations, old outdated patterns surrounding your emotions and your sexuality. Release any time that anyone made fun of or judged your emotions. Big boys don't cry. Big girls don't cry. You're making a mountain out of a molehill. I don't know why you're so upset. Anytime anyone invalidated your feelings, told you not to be hurt, told you not to feel sad, told you not to feel scared, releasing all fears now of anything, the fear of the dark, the fear of the unknown, the fear of death, the fear of success, the fear of failure, fear of poverty, fear of abundance, the fear of being hurt on the body and the mind, the spirit, the emotional levels. Just let it go. You don't need that fear anymore. Just release it. Allow it all to be lifted into the light, to be heard and healed and return to the love. And releasing all the anger. You may have been justified in your anger when you had it, but you don't need it anymore. Time to let it go now. All the anger you never expressed, all the anger you did express and you felt you overdid it. Any of that stuck rage, just let it go. You don't need it. And any jealousy, you don't need that anymore. All the grief you never let yourself feel, all the sorrow you never let yourself have, release it now. All of the guilt you have ever had, you were doing the best you could with the tools and knowledge and abilities that you had at the time. Forgive yourself now and move on. Release it. Just release it all into the light to be lifted and heard and healed and return to the love. Any time you were emotionally abused, any time you emotionally abused another, any time you judged yourself for your sexual or sensual feelings, any time you were made wrong and bad for feeling sensual or sexual, Anytime there were negative repercussions of feeling that sensuality. Anytime when your sensuality was out of control. Anytime someone touched you in a sexually inappropriate way. Anytime you touch someone in a sexually inappropriate way. Just let it go. Anytime you felt inappropriate sexual energy coming at you, anytime you were molested or raped, release it now into the light to be lifted and heard and healed and return to the light. Just release it now. Move on from it. All fears of intimacy, let it go. Any time you had sex and you didn't want to, for whatever the reason, release it now. So all the blockage, barriers, fears, limitations, old outdated patterns surrounding your emotions and your sexuality from this lifetime, just release it all. And as we look into our past lives, releasing all the emotional and sexual blockage from there. Anytime you were in an arranged marriage where you had to be intimate with a stranger, past lives where you were raped or emotionally abused, sexually abused, or your feelings were invalidated. Any time in your past when you were the abuser. Any time where it wasn't safe to have feelings or emotions. Any time in your past lives where your sexuality was out of control in one direction or the other. Just asking for all those barriers, the fears, the old outdated patterns surrounding your emotions and your sexuality, conscious or unconscious. Just let them go now. You don't need them anymore. Just release and let go. And now allowing your guides and teachers to assist you in filling this light body center back up, just healing it and harmonizing it and balancing it, knowing that you are unlimited in your ability to experience peace, love, joy, bliss, harmony, true intimacy, and that you are unlimited in your ability to honor yourself as a sensual being and to draw loving, nurturing, supportive, sensual experiences to yourself in a way that is perfect and harmonious for you. And moving your awareness up into the third light body center there at the third chakra, your will and willpower centers. Asking your guides and teachers to assist you in removing all blockages, barriers, fears, limitations, old outdated patterns surrounding your will and your willpower. Any time that you felt like a victim, any time when you felt like you had no choice, any time when you gave away your power to somebody else because it was easier, or it seemed easier at the time, or because you thought you should, or thought you had to. Any time you did anything that you didn't want to do, any time you gave someone else control for your life, any time you attempted to control someone else's life, any time you allowed your power to be abused, any time you abused your power, any time you told other people what to do, any time you thought you were better than everyone else, just release and let them go. Allow them to be lifted into the light, to be heard and healed and return to the love. Releasing all the blockages, the barriers, the fears, the limitations, the old outdated patterns surrounding your will and your willpower. All of your victim consciousness or power struggles, let it go now. And as we look into our past lives where you abused your power, past lives where you allowed your power to be abused, past lives where you were a slave, past lives where you were a slave owner. Let it go now. You don't need it anymore. Allow it all to be lifted into the light, to be heard, healed, and return to the love. And allow your guides and teachers to assist you in filling this center back up, healing it, harmonizing it, and balancing it, knowing that you are unlimited in your ability to manifest with ease, knowing that you are unlimited in your ability to be self-empowered and to make the decisions and the choices that are for your highest good all of the time. And now we move our awareness up to the fourth light body center at your heart. Just asking the guides and teachers just to remove all of those patterns, those limiting beliefs surrounding your love and your ability to give unconditional love for yourself and others. Anytime someone said, "I hate you," anytime somebody said, "I don't love you anymore," anytime somebody said, "I just don't feel like that about you. I just want to be friends," anytime somebody judged your love for them, anytime somebody judged you for any reason whatsoever, anytime you judged for no reason, All the judgment anybody ever sent you that you took on, just let it go. Anytime you took it personally, anytime when somebody was putting you down and you took it to heart, let it go. Release it into the light to be lifted and heard and healed and returned to the love. Anytime you got the message that you weren't good enough, anytime when you judged somebody else for any reason, especially if they took it personally, let it go now. No reason to hold on to it any longer. Anytime you felt hurt on a heart level, anytime somebody died that you loved, anytime somebody left that you loved, anytime that you left somebody that you loved, maybe you loved them, but you just couldn't live with them. Let it go. Just let it go. Anytime you were divorced, separated, or had a long-term relationship that broke up, anytime your love was unreturned, let it go now. All the conditional love that you ever experienced when you felt like people would only love you if you did X or Y or Z, or if they told you or implied that you would only get loved if you did what they wanted you to do. Any time when you gave conditional love to somebody else, let it go. Release it into the light. Anytime you hated yourself, anytime you judged yourself for any reason, anytime your heart was broken, just let it all go now. All the blockages, the barriers, the fears, the limitations, the old outdated patterns surrounding your love for yourself and others. Just allow it to be lifted into the light, to be heard and healed, and return to the love. And as we look into our past lives where you were hurt on a heart level, past lives where someone you loved died, somebody you love left, any time your heart was broken, past or present, any time you judged yourself or others for any reason, any time you experienced conditional love, giving it or receiving it, just let it go. Releasing all of those old, outdated patterns surrounding your love and your ability to give love unconditionally, past, present, this lifetime or past lifetimes. Just let it go. And now allow your guides and teachers to assist you in filling this light body center back up, healing it and harmonizing it and balancing it, knowing that you are unlimited in your ability to love others in a healthy, appropriate way, knowing that you are unlimited in your ability to love yourself and to support yourself in unconditional ways. knowing that you are unlimited in your ability to draw healthy, nurturing, supportive, loving relationships to you, and know that you deserve it. And as we move our awareness up into the fifth light body center, your communication center, releasing all blockages, barriers, fears, limitations, old outdated patterns surrounding your communication and your intellect, allowing your guides and teachers to aid you in releasing them. Any time you were told children should be seen and not heard, any time you were told if you can't say something nice, don't say anything at all, any time that you were told to shut up, any time you told someone to shut up, any time when you were talking and nobody would listen to you, any time you were trying to get somebody's attention and to really tell them something important and nobody cared, any time you felt unheard, any time you said something that you wished you hadn't, and it went around and around in your head. I wish I had said, if only I had said, why didn't I say? You play that over and over and over again. Or why couldn't I have said? Or how come I didn't say? I should have said. Let it go. Allow it to be lifted into the light, to be heard, to be healed, and return to the law. Any time you had to give an oral report when you were in elementary school, and it was totally embarrassing. Any time you felt like you said the wrong thing, whatever the reason was. Any time you felt misunderstood. Any time that anyone ever lied to you. Any time when you lied to another for any reason, including lying to yourself. Any time somebody judged you for not being intelligent enough. Any time you were told you were dumb or stupid. Any time you judged yourself for not being intelligent enough. Any time you were judged for your learning disabilities. Any time you hid your intellect. Any time when you said somebody else's truth instead of your own. Any time you didn't speak your own truth. Any time your communication or lack of it caused trouble for you. Just let it all go now. All of the blockages, the barriers, the fears, the limitations, the old outdated patterns surrounding your communication and your intellect. Just release it now. And as we look into our past lifetimes, any time you were beheaded or hung, any time you had your tongue cut out for speaking the truth or not speaking their truth, any time that your communication or lack of it got you in trouble. Just let it all go. Allow it to be lifted into the light, to be heard and healed, and return to the love. And allow your guides and teachers to assist you in filling this center back up, healing it, harmonizing and balancing it, knowing that you are unlimited in your ability to speak your truth in perfect form and with perfect content, knowing that you are unlimited in your ability to use your intellect in a way that serves you best. And moving your awareness up into the sixth light body center, your psychic, your perception, your healing, and the creativity center. Just asking your guides and teachers to assist you in removing any blockages, barriers, fears, limitations, and old outdated patterns surrounding your perception of things. Anytime somebody judged you for not seeing something, anytime somebody said, "Oh, I can't believe you didn't see that coming. I can't believe you didn't see right through them. I can't believe you didn't know that they were conning you." Anytime anybody judged you for having blindfolds on or being in denial, anytime you judged yourself for being in denial, for not seeing the truth, for not seeing who someone was and being taken advantage of by them. Anytime somebody tried to hide the truth from you and you let them. Anytime you tried to hide the truth from yourself. Anyone at any time who invalidated your perception of things or of the world, just let it all go. Allow it to be lifted into the light, to be heard and healed, and return to the love. Anytime somebody judged your intuition or your psychic abilities, thinking that it was dumb or stupid or scary or woo-woo, anytime you didn't trust your own psychic abilities and you discounted them, and later you found out you could have paid attention. Anytime your psychic abilities scared you, anytime your psychic abilities scared others, just let it go. Anytime somebody judged your creativity, Santa Claus isn't supposed to be purple. What's that supposed to be? It doesn't look like anything to me. Can't you sing on key? That's not music. You wrote this? So anytime somebody judged your creativity, artistic, musical, your writing abilities, dancing, your inventing abilities, whatever it is, just let it all go. Anytime you judged your own creativity, anytime somebody judged your healing abilities or you judged your own, I can't really do this. I don't feel anything. I don't see anything. I don't think this is working. I don't see my guides. I don't hear them talking. I don't feel the energy. Just release it all. Release those doubts, those fears, the blockages. Just lift them into the light where they can be heard and healed, and return to the love. And release any time you numbed your creativity out with the use of drugs or cigarettes or alcohol or other substances. Anything that you have ever done to block your perceptions and your psychic abilities and your creativities, your healing abilities, release them all now. And as we look into our past lives, as we remember being burned at the stake for being psychic, past lives where we abused our power as a healer, past lives where you ignored your perception of things and had blindfolds on, or were judged for your perception of things by other people. Past lives where you thwarted or denied your healing abilities, your psychic abilities, your creativity. Past lives where you numbed your creativity out with the use of drugs and alcohol or other substances. Just let them all go. You don't need them anymore. Releasing all of those old, outdated patterns, lifting them into the light to be heard and healed and return to the love. And now allow your guides and teachers to fill this center back up, healing it, harmonizing and balancing it, knowing that you are unlimited in your ability to have clear, accurate perceptions and to act on that clear, accurate perception. Knowing that you are unlimited in your ability to utilize your intuition, your psychic abilities, your sixth sense, and to trust it implicitly. Knowing that you are unlimited in your ability to utilize your creativity in any form that you choose. Art, dance, music, writing, any form. And knowing that you are unlimited in your ability to use your healing skills. Just allow yourself to have it. Honor yourself. And as we move our awareness up into the seventh light body center, at the top of your head, your crown, your spiritual center, just allowing your guides and teachers to assist you in removing any and all blockages, barriers, fears, limitations, old outdated patterns surrounding your spirituality or your religious beliefs. Any time that you were told you were a sinner just because you were born. Any time you were told that you had sinned. Any time you believed that you had sinned. Any time you felt guilt because you believed that you had sinned. Any time that you were taught that God was a punitive, punishing God and that you were going to hell. Any time you bought somebody else's spiritual beliefs and denied your own. Any time you went through the motions of a religious or spiritual practice that you knew wasn't your path. Any time somebody judged your spiritual or religious beliefs. And any time you judge someone else's spiritual and religious beliefs. Any time where you couldn't tell your friends and family what it was that you truly believed. And any time you felt abandoned by your God or your higher self. Any time you abandoned your higher self and disconnected from your source. Just release it all now. All the blockage, barriers, fears, limitations, old outdated patterns surrounding your spiritual or religious beliefs. Just let it all go now. And as we now look into our past lives where you died for your religion, past lives where you had to hide your spiritual truth, past lives where you were persecuted for your beliefs, just let it go now. You don't have to be limited anymore. Just release it all into the light, to be lifted, to be heard, to be healed, and return to the love. And allowing your guides and teachers to assist you now in filling this light body center back up, healing it, harmonizing and balancing it, knowing that you are unlimited in your ability to be one with your higher self, knowing that you are unlimited in your ability to connect with and be supported by your source, your God, your goddess, your Buddha, Kuan Yin, Allah, your supreme being, whatever your truth is, knowing that you are unlimited in living your spiritual truth, whatever they may be, knowing that the universe will support you in that, knowing that your higher self is always there with you, your guides and teachers, your guardian angels, the ascended masters, they are always there for you. The divine source, in whatever form you perceive it to be, is always supporting you, always nurturing you, always rooting for you and loving you unconditionally. It is time to come back now. As you feel your back against the tree of life, you become aware of the green of the grass, the fragrance of the blossoms. You become aware of your guides and teachers, the illumined beings, the ascended masters, all who are with you. And as you stand up and begin walking back towards the bridge of light. The angels sing on high, and your guides and teachers fill you with their love and support, and you know that you are a divine being of light, whole and complete. Your light is the same as their light. And you continue to walk towards the bridge of light, and you rejoice in the freedom of knowing you have lifted all of these thought forms from your being. They have been lifted into the light and released, and you no longer need to carry them. And so you step onto the bridge, and the colors fill you up with the strength of the colors of the chakras, with the violet and the indigo, the blue, the green, the yellow, the orange, the red, and all the gradient shades in between, above and below. Heaven is on earth, and earth is in heaven, right here, right now, filling your body and your mind with your inner truth and your inner authority. And you step off the bridge into this time and space. Just look inside and say thank you to you. And we say thank you to each other. And we say thank you to the enlightened ones. And thank you to the teachers and the descendants. As you open your heart and receive this grace and the power of peace. And when you are ready, just come back into the room, into your space, and open your eyes.
I am back. I am ready. That was beautiful, Cathy, Ruha. That was so powerful. So powerful. I felt so much releasing, and I hope that those who are listening and will be listening to the recording will also experience that really powerful healing. So I want to thank you, Cathy, for your service today. And is there anything else that you want to say for anyone before I wrap up and we go to Q&A?
The only thing is just to, we did move a lot of energy. It's important to drink lots of water, be very gentle with yourself. Some may have experienced more release than others, and whatever you experience is what you're supposed to experience. And it's really good, as I said, to drink lots of water, stay hydrated. If you can go outside and put your feet on the ground, feel the breeze on your face, feel the sunlight or the mist. We have a little bit of mist here this morning, so that would be a nice thing to do. But it truly is to just be gentle with yourself and, know that you're much loved, that the divine is there, and there's nothing but the love. And that's my intent and my goal is to get back to that place of and that space of unconditional love for myself and for others, and just to hold everyone in the light and to recognize that everyone is doing the best they can from their own level of awareness, and all we can do is give them the love.
Yes, yes. Beautiful. Thank you so much. And I love when you were guiding the process and you took us to that place of leaning against the tree. And so I'll add that to the list of things to do to really help you to help yourself to connect with nature and with earth and with your own body. Just lean that back of your heart chakra, heart center against a tree and just feel that connection and that love. So thank you,
Yeah.
Kathy.
Thank you.
All right, I'm going to wrap up for the recording. If you're listening to the recording, you're invited to join us live on Sundays at 10 a.m. U.S. Eastern Time, 7 a.m. U.S. Pacific Time. Find information for joining us live at communityforconsciousliving.com. communityforconsciousliving.com. When you're there, pick up sign up to receive the reminders and replays, and you receive 2 free gifts: a one-sheet reminder, the 10 spiritual principles of our human existence, who we are, what we are, why we're here, what this crazy life journey is about, or what has been crazy, right? Once we really learn, it becomes a little bit less crazy and a little bit more intentional. And it becomes a healing journey rather than a journey of chaos. It really does. So download that one sheet and remind yourself. And it also has a 15-minute downloadable guided meditation to help you to connect with the pure divine light, the unconditional love, and the eternal compassion that is the core of your being. All right, with that, I thank you very much. And we're going to end for now and open for Q&A. Hopefully we will see you there.